one mind, any weapon.
Whatever you decide to do, you do it damn far from here. You enter this town pen, so go another route.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2024 action thriller Rebel Ridge. The film is written and directed by Jeremy Saulnier and it stars Aaron Pierre, Don Johnson, we have Anna Sophia Robb and David Denman. Okay, this is a film that focuses on a character called Terry Richmond. He is cycling into this small American town trying to post the bail of his cousin on a drugs charge. He's got about $30,000 in cash that is scraped together to get to post bail. However, he is knocked off the road by the local police who search him really and seize his money. This then stops him being able to post the bail for his cousin, whose life he is fearing for if he goes to jail. And then he's falls foul of the corrupt local police force that is led by the chief of police, played by Don Johnson. However, Terry is not going to take this lying down. He's an ex-Marine, and he decides to fight back. Right, what are my thoughts on Rebel Ridge? Well, I'll be honest, I knew this came out a good few days ago now, I suppose, on Netflix, and I wasn't really interested in watching it. It just sometimes you kind of read, like I say, a plot of a film and you kind of look at what it's about and then you kind of like, maybe one day, but I'm not that interested right now. But then this film started getting a bit of buzz and a bit of traction, and I thought I could be missing out here on something quite decent. So I thought, well, I will give this one a watch, and I'm bloody well glad I did, because what we have here is a bit of a fabulous hidden gem of a film that absolutely should be seen by anybody really that is watching this review. If you haven't seen Rebel Ridge and you got Netflix, honestly guys, you give this one a watch. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. This one really, really impressed me. It almost felt like it was, it had shades of things that you've kind of seen before. There's a little bit of First Blood in here, but only a little bit of that DNA sprinkled on it. It is definitely its own film, and I genuinely thought it was very, very good. It's not in-your-face action. It's not over-the-top action. What you've got here is a very calm and honourable character, this Terry, this ex-Marine, who tries to play by the rules, tries to be respectful to the local police force, tries to do all the right things, and everything he tries, he comes up against a brick wall because he's just facing this horrific corruption. And there's only one person in town willing to help him, and that's Summer, who works at like the local courthouse. She sees the corruption in the police force, and she knows there's something going on. There's some kind of scam going on. She can't quite put a finger on it, but she knows that Terry's cousin is kind of caught up in it. So he has to take action, Terry, to kind of work to get his cousin back, work to get his bail money, work to get his money back off the police, and then eventually, when the police kind of walk back down, expose them for, the corrupt officials that they are. And it moves along, this film, at a really, really tidy pace. I really enjoyed it. It kind of... it starts off with a bang with him getting knocked off the road by the police. So you're already on the back foot with these police. You're kind of thinking, what are you playing at? This is horrific stuff. What they're doing in regards to, searching him, taking his property and all this kind of stuff. It's wrong. It's illegal. This character, Terry, knows it's illegal. But from there, it kind of ticks along. He's trying to look for ways to get the money he needs to get his cousin out without going down routes he doesn't want to, sort of thing. And like I say, everything he's trying just kind of fails. He doesn't really have a choice, so he ends up confronting the police in order to try and make a deal to get his money back, and it just massively escalates, continues to escalate. I think the central performance here by, is it Aaron Pierre? I don't recall seeing him in anything else. At least not anyway off the top of my head, but he was fabulous here in this film. Playing this really cool, level-headed ex-Marine who, when he does take action, it's swift, it's effective, it's not lethal. And that's what I really liked about this. Movies like this, you see, he's almost like when he goes into action mode, he's like John Wick, but non-lethal. And it's really fantastic to watch. It's like a different style of action that you're not really used to, and it really works. It grounds the picture because everybody in this film feels like a real person. I was scared that Don Johnson was going to be like this really over the top, like pantomime villain here. Absolutely isn't. I mean, I do like Don Johnson. I've always liked Don Johnson. I grew up on Miami Vice. And he does play the lead villain here, this chief of police. But again, he's got layers to him as well. There's a level of I don't know. There's levels to this sheriff where he is willing to kind of back down to make things right rather than escalate it out of control because he's got something good going on and he doesn't want it ruining. So both of these characters, strong-willed characters, kind of clashing heads in this. It just works really, really well. Two opposite sides of the same coin almost, and it's very well put together. Very well made, great action scenes when we get it. The last half an hour is kind of relentless stuff, but there's some really fantastic stuff in between. The showdown when he turns up at the police station initially to confront them when he kind of runs out of options, basically. It's just fabulous. There's a great scene as well where they kind of find, and again, this is a bit like First Blood, where they find out about his military past. And then realise that this guy's a bloody handful. That's a really fun moment, and that kind of leads to the confrontation at the police station. It's just all set up very, very nicely. There's moments where you think things aren't going to go the way that you want them to, so it kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat. There's a character, like I said, there's a character called Summer who's helping this Terry character who works at the courthouse. She's put at massive risk in regards to what she's kind of doing to help him. We get an appearance here as well in this film from James Cromwell, who I've seen him in a film for a while, to be fair, but great actor. Nice to see him in this film. Nice to see him have a little small part in it. And honestly, guys, I can't recommend this one highly enough. I think it's a really, really superb film on Netflix. It's one of those films that I'm pleased it's on Netflix because I can watch it whenever I want, if you like, and you guys can watch it whenever you want if you've got Netflix. But I think it's one of those that would have been brilliantly critically received if it had been released at the cinemas as well, even if it had a limited run. It's one of those that I think does deserve some of the accolades that's coming its way. So yeah, the strong reviews for this absolutely are warranted. Really, really good film. I enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the writing, I enjoyed the action, I enjoyed the story. It had an awful lot going for it. So yeah, check this one out if you get the opportunity, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll be back with more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.